Well, now I'm going to show you, we're going to step out of Outlook desktop and web versions and go into the mobile version and go through how you would integrate your Outlook account on a mobile device. Now, I'm going to pick on the Apple iPhone. You know, there are large number of Apple iPhone users out there, but know that there's similar integration available for all those Google, what are those other phones? See, I'm such an Apple user, I don't even know the names of the other phones. HTC, Samsung, there you go. So just know there's some other integrations out there too, but I'm going to go through just an example of how to do the integration with the iPhone, and just know that in the other platforms it should be a pretty similar process. Okay, so what I did is I took snapshots of the phone screen itself so that you can see how to get to it, and then we're going to walk through it together. So you will go into your settings, which is that little gear looking button on your phone, and you're going to click on Mail. Once you click on Mail, there's going to be a link here that says Accounts. So we're going to click on that. Now when you click on Accounts, you're going to see any account you have set up, and yes, I have a lot of email accounts. So you'll see whatever you have already set up. If there's nothing, then you're just going to see this Add Account button here. So go ahead and click that. And then it will ask you what type of email account you're setting up. Now, if this is through an employer, like I work for IVC, we're on the exchange, so I would click on this one to hook up my work email. But if you just did an Outlook.com account, as we covered in an earlier video, then you would use this Outlook.com link here and click on that. Depending on whatever you click, it will take you to the appropriate sign-in screen. So since we clicked Outlook.com, it's having us sign in to the Outlook account. So use your Outlook email address that you set up and click Next. And then it's going to ask you if you want to sync this information, and go ahead and click Yes. Once you do that, it will take you back to the iPhone looking menu, and it will show you what it's setting up to sync. And you can use these toggle buttons here, the green, to do the syncing. So I want to sync my mail. I don't want to sync my contact or my calendar, but I want to sync my reminders. And I mean, that's important. I'm going back here. With contacts, just know, depending on how many contacts are on the email address you're setting up, it could sync a lot. So my work, for example, we have over 200 email accounts set up. So if I click to sync this baby, I all of a sudden have a really long directory on my phone. Obviously, I don't want that, so I do not sync that. So keep that in mind when you're determining whether or not you should sync your contacts. Once you have done that, you're going to go ahead and click Save, which will then take you back to the Accounts screen. You'll see how it changed to Accounts from Outlook. And then you'll see the new email added to the list. So here's the Outlook now. Go ahead and click on it, and it will once again show you the syncing. So if you are not sure, or let's say you decide not to sync and later decide you want to, this is how you'd go back in and make changes. And then it says mail days to sync. And in this case, I told it 1 week. I didn't want it to download a bunch of old emails, just the last week's. And this is, of course, easily changeable as well if you click on it. And let's say later on down the road you set up a new account, you can always go in and hit delete account, and it would remove this account access. So here's the email address I used here, and now it's all set. And one thing you'll notice right away, here's what I really love about this integration, is that there's a lot of features that now pop up. I have the reminders link, which I'll show you where that is, in the desktop version, and then the notes. So the notes from my desktop Outlook and the reminders from my desktop Outlook are now easily accessible on my iPhone just by clicking that button. And it shows me my notes based on that email account. So here's my Outlook, and it shows the notes and how many I have. So obviously my work one, I have a lot of notes. And so just to give you an example, I'm going to close out of here, get into the desktop version, and it may look a little different. This is the Mac version of Microsoft Outlook. Down here along the bottom, there's the notes, and you'll see a similar setting in your desktop version. And you have the notes listed here. So I have DE contact types and have them listed here. It's in my blue category. Well, now on my phone, if I would click on this notes button here, it would take me into my notes and I could access the same note. So what I constantly do is I actually add notes in Outlook or on my phone, and then when I get to work or when I get home, I can open up those same notes. Very, very handy. And same with reminders. So you can go in here and set up reminders while you're at work or at home, and those same reminders will go to your phone and remind you on your phone. So the integration is really strong. It's incredible. So I'm going to open up this presentation again. Okay, so here's what the notes look like, and then here are what the reminders look like. And again, since I have several accounts, I have several reminder folders, and if I click on one of them, it will open them up further. And that's it. So just know Outlook not only is an incredible desktop tool, an incredible web tool, it's also an incredible mobile tool, letting you take your notes, your reminders, your email with you everywhere you go so that you can always stay on top of whatever it is you're doing, work, home, school, etc. Use these tools to your advantage.